The Gaslight Plaza is now designated as a Municipal Historic Resource. According to the Historic Resources Committee, the downtown building first opened its doors over 100 years ago.
You know, a city that forgets its history, has forgotten its past. As I mentioned earlier, each one of these buildings, especially this one, has a story. It has a story of the history of Medicine Hat.
History tells us the plaza was built by rancher William Hall and boasted over 40 residential and office suites. In 1941, a large portion of the retail space was purchased by the T. Eaton Company, and for the next 50 years it became known as the Eaton's Building. In the early 90s, local businessman Walter Mueller purchased the building and renovated it back to its original design.
And he decided to turn it back into what it once was. And so, that vision and his ability to take the department store and recreate what was once here really deserves an awful lot of credit.
So far, the committee has designated about 20 buildings in the Hat, but their work is far from complete. They continue to evaluate structures and discuss with owners possible designations.
We're to advise City Council, and primarily that means to identify heritage resources in the city, which could be buildings, but it could be artifacts.
According to Sissons, artifacts could be anything from an original gas lamp to the air raid siren located on the southwest hill. The item or building is then evaluated by a heritage consultant. If it is deemed historically significant, then it is placed on the committee's inventory list.
We have over 50 buildings now on our inventory, and the public can access those statements of significance through the city's website.
Sissons goes on to say that if the building is found to be of high quality, the owner and the committee discuss the building being designated a historic resource.
There's nobody that is forced to go into a designation. It's all voluntary, so those buildings that are designated, it's a great addition to the city. They go on what we call our registry.
Sissons explains the strongest protection for a historic building is at the municipal level, because the local city council has to pass a bylaw protecting the building and its character-defining elements.
We are, as municipalities go in Alberta, Medicine Hat is very, very old. We were the manufacturing capital of the West here in Medicine Hat with our clay and our gas and our brick and our glass industries. And that's something to be proud of, and so we need to remember that going forward.
Delwo said he enjoyed working with the committee and added they were extremely helpful throughout the designation process. He said he would encourage anyone who owns an older building to get in touch with the group and work with them.
Preserving a building, especially one that's in relatively good condition, can be easy and cost-effective, as probably more cost-effective than building a new building or completely gutting and renovating a building. So I think they should really have a hard look at the economics of preserving the building and working with what they have.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm David G.